this activity that I'm going to show you today, and this skill in particular, is one that I really love doing. And you'll find that often your kids are actually doing it already. And what it is kids recognizing whole words. And we have a bit of a speechy term for that, and that is called a mental graphemic representation. But essentially what happens is a 2-year-old and younger can read words, but what it means is that they're seeing words all the time in their environment, and when they see a word often, they start to associate it with that item or that object. And if that item is actually labelled really correctly, then it enables that child to recognise that that collection of letters there as a word means this object or this item. And I really have found it amazing that I've had kids with so many of these who can't read at all. They can't sound out, they can't, they don't know their alphabet, they don't know any sounds, they don't know how to do syllables, and they can't spell any words, but yet they are very capable of reading many, many words and sometimes writing them as well. But they're actually not properly cracking the code, or so we call it. They're actually just looking at whole words and recognizing them and then saying them. Now, there is an activity that I really love doing, and this is not an activity you have to actually do, but it's just one that highlights all the different words in our environment, in particular from our pantry, our fridge, and when we go food shopping. So I'll show you. So I've just set up a little shop with our Coles little shop items. We have quite a lot of toilet paper if anyone needs any. And basically I wanted to show you just how many of these items actually have fantastic words on them. So some of them are brands, and that's okay. You will find that, Nutella is quite popular, and I think I've got Vegemite over here, and you'll find that kids are not only recognizing the word, they're actually recognizing the word within the logo, and they'll recognize the logo as a whole. But what I wanted to show you is that some of these items have really great words on them. So for example, I really like the tuna one because it is a tin of tuna and the biggest word on there is tuna. And so I really love that one in particular. There are also some that have clues. So for example, the black beans, the tomato soup, the burger sauce, the pizza sauce. So even if they're things they haven't seen very often, in particular, this pizza sauce is awesome because that word pizza is huge. But what we want them to know is that that little bottle of sauce is not pizza. And that word pizza there doesn't represent sauce, but together pizza and sauce represents pizza sauce. Shapes is another fantastic one. It's really great writing. I really love this one because it actually has a monkey on it and it says monkeys. I thought I'd show you this one as well because this one obviously doesn't tell you what's in there. It doesn't say the word bread because it is assumed you can see into the packet. But it does have the number 1. So as kids start to learn more and more about numbers and letters and words, that can be a really fantastic one. But I really like this one, free range eggs. Now, a kid's going to look at this and go, this is eggs. Eggs is one word. And this will start to come up as we go further into the series. However, there are 3 big words there, free range eggs. So it's a really great learning opportunity to actually point out that the packet doesn't just say eggs because there's something special about these eggs and they are free range, and it offers opportunities to talk about those other 2 words, and then we can see if we can find the word free on other items. And I think there's actually one pretty close. I think there was one, no added sugar. There's one on here, A1 protein free. See if there's any more. I don't think there is. But that's a really good activity you can do as well, is getting them to recognise the same words on multiple different items. Even looking for similar brands but different objects. Tea is a great one. So lots of opportunities for kids to learn about words and to learn at a whole word level at that early stage. Obviously, we really do want kids to develop their phonological awareness skills that I've mentioned before, but this is a really great start. And this is something you don't have to do with Coles Little Shops. You can actually do it with the actual items. And it's just drawing their attention to the fact that these words have meaning. So I'd really love to know any of the words that your child has learnt just purely by sort of memorising that visual representation of that word, or if there's any logos that they recognise. We went through the drive-through McDonald's once, and when my daughter was little, and from that point on, as soon as we drove past the big golden arches, she would say burger and chips. And she'd only had it once. So that power of recognition, especially with their favourite things, their favourite foods, favourite items, that power is going to be really amazing in them looking at whole words and remembering them.